Hey guys, what's going on? Adam here with Any Farm Life. I'm out here working on this dock, putting the railing on, and you can catch that in another video. I'll link it above. But gonna take a break here to put some blue pond dye in the pond. So the pond actually already has a pretty green color, and I was concerned at first thinking that the green may be suspended algae, but I pulled some water and just did a quick test of, put it in a clear glass against a white piece of paper, and it's perfectly clear water. I think a lot of the color is coming from the fact that down below all of this is a lot of blue clay. The light penetrating, hitting that, it's giving it this hue. But let's go check out this dye. So there are all kinds out there on the market. I opted for good old Tractor Supply version, FarmWorks brand, which I believe is the Tractor Supply brand. But you get 2.5 gallons for about $55 before tax. The review said it did pretty well online. I don't believe there's any yellow in this, but for a first run, the pond already looking pretty decent. We'll give it a go. Like I said, I don't hate the color that the pond is right now, but I do want to get some color in it to stop any potential algae growth and curb that a little bit. Just like that dock and the dye, there are all kinds of projects for the pond. A big one on the list is aeration. I know that would help curb any algae growth. It's all about being proactive. We're over at the far side of the pond now. I'm going to put most of it in this way as the wind blows toward the dock typically. It says to put it all around the pond, but that'd make a whole lot of sense if I'm going to put it on that bank over there and just watch it wash into the shoreline. So we will see. I wonder how much of this I'm going to wear. Put my blue gloves on to work with my blue dye so I don't turn into a Smurf, which I bet I still do somehow. I need to put my trail cam up. It's amazing the amount of tracks right here in the water. I think I'm only going to put maybe a gallon or so in, guesstimate anyway. This treats 1.25 million gallons. I think our pond, when full, is probably close to 5 million. So this whole thing would probably do about a perfect job to make it a real deep blue for the amount of water that's in here now, because the pond's not full, but you can't take it out once you put it in. So may start with a gallon or so, and then add more tomorrow. Oh yeah, that stuff is pretty concentrated. That's kind of trippy. It's pretty cool to see nonetheless. Like I said, highly concentrated, obviously. That's about, what was that, 4 kind of splashes in there. Put some the other way. Maybe throw some rocks in to kind of move it. Ooh, a leaf blower might be a decent idea. Looks toxic right now. Like I said, it's apparent which way the wind goes. You can see that shot there and how the wind's taking it down, and most of them too. I grabbed a little Cool Whip tub out of the barn because everyone has a Cool Whip tub in their barn, and I might try to use this and toss a couple more a little further out there and then let it be for a while and check back later. I need to get something to stir up the shoreline here. Be sure not throw it into the wind. That'd be bad. Now I'm learning. So it's starting to make its way through the pond. I think that was a gallon or maybe a little over, farm guesstimate. But that's about 20 minutes in or so. So I'll keep working on other stuff and check back in. Maybe an hour and a half interval and see where things are and before I leave today. And then we'll reassess tomorrow and see what it looks like and whether I need to add more or not. Let you guys know how the old Tractor Supply dye works. All right, guys, so that's probably been an hour and a half to 2 hours. The water's looking really nice. There's kind of a shelf out here. You can see a real deep blue, then it kind of falls off. Despite putting all the dye still on the far side, it all kind of came this way quickly with the wind, and I don't know how it didn't disperse more than that. Maybe it kind of settled down below, I'm not sure, but we'll give it 24 hours and check back and keep you guys updated, but I think it looks great. All right, guys, so next morning, not even 24 hours later, and it seems to be pretty well dispersed. Color is pretty uniform, it looks like. I still don't believe that it's that color all the way down, given that 1 gallon treats 1.25 million, and I know we've got way more than that for now. But on the comments, I'll keep you guys apprised as to how things are shaping up and how often I have to add dye. But for now, I'd say this is a good buy. So if you're in the market for some pond dye, check out the FarmWorks brand pond dye from Tractor Supply. It's a pretty good deal, 2.5 gallons for about $55 before tax. If you compare that to some of the other brands out there, like the Aquashade, that stuff's expensive. It's like 45 or 50 bucks for 1 gallon. So we'll see how this holds up and how, you know, if it stays in the water, if it gets diluted down over time. But for the volume you get and what I've seen so far, I'd say it's a good buy. And if you're on the fence about putting pond dye in your pond, I would say definitely do it. Obviously, look behind me, you can see how beautiful the water is, but long term, having that dye in there is going to do some good to keep the algae down in your pond and also keep aquatic plants from growing along the side. It's a preventative measure. Aeration's a big key of all that too, which I don't have yet, but I will hopefully in the near future. I'm going to keep working on that dock behind me and then probably jump in this blue lake of awesomeness because it is really hot out here. Hope you're all doing well. Hit that subscribe button. Come back and see us. New videos every Tuesday at 9. Take care, guys.